like to talk about the Ruy Lopez opening or the Spanish opening. This was actually discovered and documented in the 16th century and is named after a Spanish priest with the same name, the Ruy Lopez. It is a very popular opening and it is used at all levels of chess play, including the grandmasters and the world-class players. So there are several traps that can happen here. So let me go over a few traps that you need to be aware of, and I will also explain what is considered the Ruy Lopez opening. Basically, we move the king's pawn. The response is back, knight, developing the knight, attacking the pawn, defending the pawn with the black knight. And this is considered the Ruy Lopez opening, where the bishop is basically pinning the knight. Typically, the defense that is done is to move this black moves his pawn up, and this is called the advantage is if the knight has to this bishop has to move back, and the knight can be unpinned by moving this pawn up 2 squares if needed. So that's the Spanish defense. Now essentially the development of the black has started with the knight defending this pawn and essentially attacking this pawn. At this point, what can happen is you can take it by the knight. It takes it back, and now is the surprise move where the pawn comes up and it's forking these two pieces and getting one of them. So that is a problem. So it moves back here. The knight is gone now, and here the black knight is taking this piece, and notice we cannot do this because it is pinned. So at this point the white decides to move the queen up and is attacking both of these pieces. So the black decides to take at least one of the pieces, and then the black knight is exchanged essentially, and it moves back here, and this is a kind of a little bit of a questionable move which causes the trap, but let's say this happened. And at this point white is moving the black bishop here also, so now you can see it is attacking this white diagonal as well as the black diagonal, which is a pretty powerful move. Just developing and defending this bishop at this point, and this is considered to be a good move, essentially attacking these two, and can actually give a check to the bishop. So the black is trying to get rid of this or exchange the queens. At this point essentially what you can do is take this and give a check, and the reason it's decided to escape the check, it is moving on this side. It cannot really move here because it's also under check from the black bishop. So at this point, and this is an excellent move because it's giving a discovered check at this point, and the discovered check is removed by taking the queen out. But unfortunately for black, this is a checkmate. So this is a queen sacrifice, but this is a checkmate. So that's one trap you have to watch out in the Ruy Lopez opening. Let me show you another trap. So I'll skip over that place where we get to the Ruy Lopez opening, because now you know how it goes. At this point we step back, which is pretty standard, and then this happens in the Ruy Lopez opening. Here's attacking this again, and the reason and basically leaving this piece undefended at this time. And it's a surprise move, but it can be valuable where the bishop is being essentially moved back, because remember in the previous one this was moved up and it caused a fork for the bishop and the knight at this point. Just trying to capture this column, and here is essentially moving the knight here and attacking these two pawns at this point. Playing a straightforward move, trying to get rid of this exchanges here, exchanges, and the knight exchanges, and you can take the knight here and also attacking this piece. But at this point, basically, queen has come to the defense of this and is also threatening checks by taking this. Okay. So this knight is essentially moving to defend this piece, but unfortunately, this is where the trap is. We take this and give a check. King has moved back, and the queen moves forward and sends a check. And we take it with the rook, and then we delivered a smothered checkmate. So that's another trap you need to be worried about that could happen in the Ruy Lopez opening. Let me show you one more, and I will skip over the portions where the standard Ruy Lopez. So this is where we are the standard Ruy Lopez opening and the Murphy defense. And here, so remember I was talking about that the idea is to not have the pin on the knight, so you can move the pawn up to positions. So the pawn has the bishop has an escape route. It comes here, defending this pawn, and here we deliver the same thing which we were thinking about before, kind of trying to break through the center. Instead of doing the exchange, the queen has moved to this side, defending this, bringing the knight out for development, and the bishop is coming and can possibly defend this or attack this pawn. And this is a good move. Basically, the queen has to kind of move somewhere, and let's say the queen moves here, which is actually a mistake. Just bringing castling and doing the king to its safety. And here the knight is moving back, so it can get rid of this annoying knight at this point. At this point, the white can take an exchange of the pawns. The pawn exchange has happened, but unfortunately there's another knight that is here that can come and cause a problem or threaten the queen. The queen in this case has moved back, and essentially a check has been delivered, and the queen has to kind of take this knight to escape the check. But unfortunately this is checkmate because the king has no other squares to go. So just keep in mind, Ruy Lopez is a very well studied opening. It is used at all levels of chess, including grandmasters and world class players. And thank you for your time, and you have a great day.